Tumblr user Wrong Side of the Head asked me, do you listen to much modern metal? Most of the metal you talk about sounds a little bit old school. You know, I'll be honest, I think there is a lot of truth to this question because when I look at the metal that I listen to, most of it was made before 2000, and in fact, a lot of it was made before 1990. But to tell you the truth, I don't really feel bad about that. I certainly listen to more recent metal bands like Sun and System of a Down and Slipknot, but my favorite metal music of all time still comes from groups like Slayer, Dozer, 80s style Metallica, the Melvins, and other groups of that nature. Don't take that as me slamming more recent metal by any stretch of the imagination, because I'm not. And at the same time, a lot of these older bands continue to put out great new material. But to be completely honest with this question, there just hasn't been a metal band that's emerged over the last decade or so that's really grabbed me. But at the same time, I remain hopeful that that will happen sometime soon. Our second question comes from an old friend of mine named Dan, and I'm gonna split his question into a few different parts. He was citing the announcement a few days ago that Nine Inch Nails are gonna be touring again this summer, and he asked me basically what my opinion was on bands who play farewell tours and stuff like that and then end up coming back anyway. First off, I am beyond excited by the news that Nine Inch Nails is coming back in the first place, let alone the fact that Adrian Belew, Eric Avery, and Josh from Telefon Tel Aviv are going to be joining the usual live touring brigade of Nine Inch Nails. These shows are going to be absolutely insane, and I'm trying to figure out just how much I'm willing to pay these guys and how many times I want to see them. Anyway, I think when you talk about bands doing too many farewell tours, it's hard not to talk about Kiss, as they're kind of the kings of this one. As we all know, they've done a number of different farewell tours in their career. I do have an issue with bands billing it as such when it's not, because if nothing less, it's just disingenuous and insulting to the fan base. If it is in fact a farewell tour, don't go coming back the next year and saying, well, we've got a few more dates we want to do. It's just rude to your fans. More to the point, I think it's better if bands just say we're going on indefinite hiatus as opposed to breaking up. Phish has done this a number of times, the Foo Fighters just did it a few months ago, Soundgarden did it a very long time ago, and a number of other bands have done it at different points throughout their career, and while that does leave the door open that maybe one day they'll get back together and play, it makes it very clear that that is not anywhere in their current plans. Now, Dan also asked if I felt it was more like a band just changing their mind in the end, or if they were just trying to play their fan base to make more money. And I really think in this situation, you have to take it case by case, because both situations definitely exist. If you look at the three bands I just mentioned with the indefinite hiatus, every single one of them made it very clear that there was at least one member of the band that had something else they wanted to do musically or in their life. And to be honest, I think in all three cases, it's gonna end up making for a better band in every situation. But in a number of other cases, you can definitely see farewell tours getting extra dates and extra years just so the band can make more money, and we know who those groups are. But I also want to take this question into a different direction for just one quick thought I need to get out there, and it's the truth behind a number of these so-called reunions that have been happening as of late. I'm gonna put this simply: if there's a member of your band who's alive and wants to play with you guys but you won't let them, you're not having a reunion. Do you hear me, Black Sabbath? So yeah, bands can term it whatever they want and call their tour whatever they want, but I really believe if it's a farewell tour, they need to stick to that for at least a few years, or else it's just insulting to the fans. My final question today came anonymously on Tumblr, and it's simply the question, do you ever change your mind about bands or albums? The answer to this one is absolutely, without question. If you're not open to changing your mind about anything in life, why bother? I mean, sometimes I just need to be in a different headspace, maybe a different age, or just some other variable to completely get and appreciate what a band is trying to do. And there are so many artists and albums that at different points of my life I've fallen in love with that I really didn't like before that point. Now, that's not to say I see myself suddenly falling in love with Fleetwood Mac or U2, but I'm always open to the possibility of that happening, however remote it might be. So those are my questions for this week. If you've got a music-related question for me, be sure to email me at thedailyguru@gmail.com, and be here every day for all the music news, reviews, and knowledge you'll ever need.